With Lioness Live Presents Arise just one short week away, we come to you live here tonight for Lioness Live Episode 6, the Go Home Show for Arise. I'm Chloe the Troublemaker James at your service for this evening with the lovely Lady Di here as well at the commentating group this evening, your team for Lioness Live here this evening. And boy howdy, tonight is going to be one hell of an evening as we go into the first solar-braided event for the Lioness division.
This is you said the first solo event, right?
Yes, so this is the first ever solo branded event for the Lioness division ever in the history of the All-Star Call League.
That's insane.
Indeed.
How long this yell's been around? I'm surprised there hasn't been one.
Definitely. So with that landmark event on the horizon, and especially tonight with a lot going into this event, you have to imagine that tonight, for everyone going into it, this is going to be a huge night for the leading into that event. But as
not only tonight, but next week.
Especially next week, that's going to be huge for next week. But as you can see right here tonight, Yukiko Amagi coming out here for your opening contest of the evening. And her opponent, on the other hand, is definitely going to be trying to make a bit of a statement going into Arise. Because, ladies and gentlemen, her opponent for this evening is going to be facing off against her tag team partner, Chie Sadanaka, at that very event at Arise. And it's one that has drawn the ire of quite a number of the crowd and the division as a whole. It's one Asuka Langley Sawyer. Winner of the first ever Lions Den tournament, but ever since then she has become quite the sour beast of the division as a whole. To remind people, she is the reason why the Avatar Korra has been on the shelf for nearly a year at this rate. And given her brutality ever since she stepped into the division, ever since Lioness Live became its own thing, it really does go to show that this, ladies and gentlemen, may be one of the biggest, and especially with creating the new type as a whole, her entire resume ever since the division got its own brand has just been, it speaks for itself. And at Arise, you can only imagine that Asuka Langley Soryu is going to be making an example once again out of Chie Sadanaka, like she's done with so many opponents, and especially like she did with Korra. And it looks like tonight she's going to be making the same example out of her own tag team partner in Yukiko Amagi. And these two coming up for the first start, but Asuka trying to get the starting point off from there, trying to go for the leg. Stop there for a moment, but then Asuka getting the leg of Yukiko Amagi just like that, trying to wear her down bit by bit in this early method of the match. And as you can see, Yukiko is definitely trying to fight back in these early moments, but Asuka is not letting her get even an inch. Not even allowing her to get even an inch of breathing room there. And that's...
No, not at all.
Yeah, and that right there is just disrespectful. Plain and simple.
But the one thing Asuka can't do is get overly cocky, because that could be a mistake. Whoa! Never mind.
Crossbody turned into a DDT right there by Asuka. And once again, it looks as though Yukiko is definitely trying her best in this opening contest. Keyword being trying her best at this point in time.
Yeah, not succeeding. As we see the stretch with the rope assist.
Exactly, that stretch with the rope assist, and you have to imagine, especially just given the fact that Yukiko's just been thrown around like a ragdoll the entire first moment of this match, and Asuka's really not even showing her up as that much of a threat with the way that she's coming across here. Oh, Jesus. Middle rope DDT just like that, and the forearm strike once again. Just the continuous assault right there by Asuka. She's just taking her time out of this. And it's all just to prove a point that, to show up Yukiko as an example, nonetheless, no, here we go. Oh, Jesus Christ, and a T-driver just like that. Right there in the middle of the ring. We're only... Oh, Jesus, we're only like 2 minutes... We're only really 2 minutes into this match. And Asuka's just completely dominating on Yukiko Amagi this early in the match. And oh, Jesus, this could be going for an ending point. Oh, wait a minute, no!
Whoa.
No!
Yukiko getting out.
Getting out of it just like that. Third impact, and right into clipped wings. Right there into that backbreaker, right there with the clipped wings, and Yukiko getting right back into position.
Clothesline. Another clothesline. The comeback is real. Leg sweep.
And Yukiko may have just found that second wind of hers right here and now. And this could be it. And just going right there.
Boom.
Hitting her with the knee. Just like hitting her with that knee. And the combination. The combination between
she used her whole body with that knee strike.
And the blooming flame right there from the top of the rope. She just managed to get that combination too.
Excuse me?
That was a 1.5? What?
Not even fun.
My thoughts exactly. My thoughts exactly. And now it's becoming somewhat of a less one-sided fight in this regard, but damn it, if you
I think Asuka's overconfidence kind of changed the direction of the match.
Definitely. It was like you said, that overconfidence might have been the one weak point in Asuka's entire plan for this match. And it's coming back to bite her hard now, as Yukiko is just going to town on her right here and now.
I mean, she's targeting the legs more specifically than anything else.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, deactivator right there. I mean, this is sound strategy. You cut the legs, you take out the foundation. You cut the throat, you take out
definitely
the rest of the person.
And especially getting at the legs with that. And especially going after the legs on Asuka of all people. That is a sound strategy, because come sweet death, that reverse super kick right to the head can definitely be vital to Asuka's victory. That is how she's won most of her matches here at ACL since her first sighting back at the Lion's Den tournament. And if she can cut away at those legs, and Yukiko once again going at the head, she may very well come out with that win right here tonight. She's going for it one more time.
She might be giving Asuka a little too much pressure.
Oh, God! Knees up, and it hit right at the head. Right at the head, and now Asuka, no! Come Sweet Death denied! Come Sweet Death denied, and a hard line clothesline just like that by Yukiko Amagi. Stomping away right at the head of Asuka Legally Soryu. And just wrenching at that head, trying to gain some form of momentum just like that. Look at Asuka. She's pretty dazed at this point, but oh wait, no!
Knee strike. Oh!
Going right at the legs of Yukiko now. But I mean, wait a minute. Tilt-on world going all over the world.
Around the world!
With that head scissors Hurricanrana just like that. And Asuka is just feeding for more. She's like, get back in the ring. Let's finish this.
Taking it away as we see the patented comeback from Asuka.
And once again, Jesus, with the German right there into the clothesline, the Kyoko Zeppelin Memorial combination. And this could be about to spell the end. She's right in the corner. She's gaining the distance. And this could be it for us.
Oh, yes.
Come Sweet Death just like that. And that could spell the end right there for Yukiko Amagi. Like it spelt the end for so many people in the way of Asuka Legally Soryu 2-3.
That kick hit right on the side of Yukiko's head. It rocked her.
It's how it is one of the most deadliest finishers I've ever seen in the Lioness division. And the thing is, that was how she won the entire Lion's Den tournament. That she used that multiple times in order to take out Cora all those months ago. And it's how she's made an impact in the Lioness division up until this point. And if she does what she did tonight to Yukiko Amagi, to Chie Satonaka in a week at a Rise, we may very well see a repeat of tonight. But this is the thing with Chie Satonaka, she's not a pushover like Yukiko Amagi. So Asuka better be ready for the long haul when it comes to Chie Satonaka in a week at a Rise. And after undoubtedly a huge first encounter here tonight at Lioness Live number 6, we're back here tonight. And this, once again, may very well be a huge contest for those involved in this, because coming up next, as you can see right now, Sasuke Kiryu, a former Lioness champion, one of the most dominant women in her own right in the history of the Lioness division, coming down to the ring. But her opponent right here tonight, the current Solo Star champion, who will be defending that belt against Katra in just 1 week, is going to be facing off against this woman.
Remind me, bring a pair of sunglasses whenever she comes out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is incredibly just a bit too bright. Cause, well, I think I got some down here just in case you need them, die. Cause, yeah, I agree, the spotlight is a bit too bright for Sasuke Kiryu, but that's what we expect from her at this point.
It's either the spotlight or she has way too much shine on her outfit.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised about the shine on the outfit, that's for sure. It's way too white there. But I think you're gonna want to take those sunglasses off because it just dimmed quite heavily here in the arena.
I actually prefer this kind of lighting. Nice.
But it's very fitting, as out from the shadows comes the current Solo Star champion, who in just 1 week, as I just mentioned, will defend that Solo Star title against Katra in a one-on-one contest. Clementine right here tonight, however, has one hell of a competition up against her as she faces off against Sasuke Kiryu. But that's not to say she hasn't had quite a lot of challenges since becoming Solo Star champion. Hell, she won the belt against former champion Ellie Williams in quite possibly one of the most brutal Lioness matches I've probably ever seen in Last Woman in Hell. And ever since then, she has basically upped her stock as she has beaten Jackie Briggs and went for 25 minutes in a brutal contest against Jackie Briggs back at Rebound. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, she could very well be close to getting another huge win tonight if she can manage to go, if she goes into a rise with a huge win over Sasuke Kiryu, and that will say more than words need to say about if Clem will win. But speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, this is already going wall to wall right here as Sasuke just takes Clem into the corner and oh!
Clem being scrappy, that's the game she's gonna have to play against Satsuki for sure.
Definitely.
And her takedown off the ropes. Nice soccer ball kick.
And that's the thing about Clem as well. Her very more unorthodox style really does give a lot to be desired when it comes up against competitors like Satsuki. Because Satsuki is more the type that will just take you down without much remorse and will just leave you down on the ground in order to just choke you to death.
But not only that, but she needs to take this to Katra, who is one of the more well-calculated.
Well calculated is definitely one thing in that regard, Lady Di. But I would definitely say this in regards to Clem. Wait one moment. Not even a 1 count! As I was saying... Nice back suplex indeed. But yes, as I was saying, in regards to Clem facing off against Katra in 1 week in a rise, you have to take into account for the fact... You have to take...
Excuse me? Sorry, you were saying? Oh.
Yeah, I saw what you were reacting to. That is the tactic that Satsuki likes to pull out quite a lot against her opponents. But as I was saying, in regards to Clem facing off against Katra, you were mentioning about her being one of the more calculated members of the Lioness roster. I'm not debating that. But you do also need to take into account the fact that since coming into the Lioness division, Katra's win-loss record has been pretty even split at this point. I mean, she lost her first match on the roster up against Roxanne Richter on the second edition of Lioness Live. And it was only just a few weeks ago where she won that match, where she won the match to qualify to face off against Clem, that she would actually get that opportunity. Now with that in mind, I'm not necessarily saying that Katra is not calculating and that she doesn't have a chance against Clem. But what I am saying here is that either she's trying to gain the sympathy ideal by having this underdog story be hit, or she really has not calculated what she's getting herself into when she grows up against Clem.
I feel like it could be very well a case of Katra just needing to have that right moment. Because you said she's split on her wins and losses. But when she won, like when she was in a match to qualify, she won, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's when the lights are on her, when she knows that she needs to do what she can. Cradle DDT.
Queen's Order right there with that Cradle DDT. 1, 2.
No, not even a 2.
Just barely a 2, actually. It's just right after the 2, which she kicked out right after that 2 count. And Satsuki is immediately going right back onto it now. But yeah,
as I was saying, it could very well be neck breaker. It could very well be a case of Katra having her back against the wall, knowing what's on the line, rather than just a casual exhibition.
And I mean, if that is in fact the case in regards to that, then I will definitely say that Katra is definitely playing the long game in that regard, because boy howdy did that opportunity come quicker than she would imagine. And but it is not looking good for Clem at this point in time right now. I mean, she's getting picked up, and Rules of life being applied right there in the middle of the ring. And Clem just getting choked out right there by Satsuki. Trying to fight her way out of the rules of life, and elbows right to the side, getting right out of it just like that. Trying to go for that head once more right there at the Satsuki. Just
doing these curb stomps here. Right to that chest.
I mean, doing whatever she can in order to keep that advantage going. I mean, Satsuki has definitely, for what it is worth, been on the offensive quite a lot in this match so far. And I'm not going to put it past Glenn to be thinking to herself, yeah, this is specifically needed. But I will say this right now, it's not looking good for Clem right now. And it is continuously not looking good for Clem right now as she's getting beaten the fuck down.
True. But as scrappy as Clem is, she's also not stupid.
Exactly.
This very well could be a drawn out process for Clem.
I mean, definitely. There's a reason why she's
or
been
letting
it.
it.
Ow! Gosh. Queen's order from the top of the rope, and no, Clem gets out of the way at the split legs. Wait a minute, going. Ow! God, brainbuster right onto the knee. And Clem's thinking morality choice. No! Morality choice denied. And wait a minute, going for it for a third time here and now. Queen's order for a third time. That's only the second.
Are we going overkill today?
Seems like it might have to go to overkill in order to keep Clem down, if we're being honest with ourselves. Oh, yep, might be going for overkill. Might just be going for overkill. And it looks as though, yep, most overused death spot in all of virtual wrestling. Just got applied with that superplex right to the outside.
Actually, that's the most overused OMG moment in virtual wrestling. The death spot would be if they went through the table.
You're not wrong. I don't know why they keep on referring to it as a death spot, but it's just a superplex to the outside. Has it really killed anyone in the ring? I mean, are we being blunt here? Let's be blunt here, Lady Di. Has it killed anyone in the ring?
If we're being meta, no. But,
I mean, shit, Clem's right back up. She's going right for those clotheslines. It ain't killed her yet, that's for sure.
I mean, that's fair. Oh, God.
I mean, shit. This girl has taken on zombies. This girl has taken on literal zombies, and she is still alive and kicking it. Oh, Jesus Christ, the torture rack. Torture rack just like that. Satsuki applying any and all submission maneuvers as she can, and that, she just broke that just to show that she could do it on the Clem. And Clem caught it again, but no, Satsuki catches it again. Fourth time with the Queen's order. Now is this where Satsuki is going to go for the death blow? Is this where she's going to go for rules of life? And no, Clem reversing rules of life and setting it up once again for that brainbuster onto that knee, but no! Satsuki gets out of it again.
Just dumps her on her head with that back suplex.
I mean, she's trying all she can. 1, 2.
No.
And I mean, the difference is
barely left my breath.
Yeah, it is just staggering. And now, trying to go for a move of Satsuki's, going for that camel clutch. And as you can see right now, Satsuki's just fighting back with everything she can. And meanwhile, Clem is just getting down and dirty at this point. She's desperate. She's doing whatever she can. And that may involve getting a bit unorthodox. Oh, God, a kick right to the gut.
again, this has to be something that she needs to do. Keep the unhinged aspect. Keep every opponent on their toes, because if they don't expect what you can do, there's no way they can get you.
Definitely. And if we're applying this to the logic that we had before when we were discussing her opponent, Katra at a Rise, that unhinged type of brutality in the ring, spear right into a belly-to-belly suplex overhead, just like that, and she may be about to try for the morality choice, but no! Once again, getting denied. The morality choice once more.
Yes, that morality choice scouted. Oh! That was number 5, right?
Number 5 of Queen's Order. Right onto the head. And I mean, if Pleb doesn't get out of this... Oh, nope, it's game, set, match. Right there in the middle of the ring, it's game, set, match. Right there, rules of life being applied. Pleb literally has nowhere to go. And Satsuki just made the Solar Star Champion tap 1 week out from her next defense of the belt.
Which, I'm not sure how ACL handles the contention status, but you gotta think Satsuki is definitely in consideration.
I mean, I would definitely put her in consideration for the title again. I would definitely put her in consideration for the Solar Star title. But my God, that has got to be a confidence shaker for the current champion going into a Rise. And I mean,
a safety net for Katra.
Definitely a safety net for Katra, that's for sure. But you've got to...
The champ tapped.
The champ just tapped. And I mean, Sasuke is a tough opponent. Let's not mince words about that. But given the fact that Clem has faced off against the likes of Jackie Briggs and taken her to the limit and won, the fact that she tapped out here tonight, just a week out from her next defense against Katra, that may be way more telling than anything else we may be seeing right here tonight.
It seems like there's some kind of gang war going on around these parts lately. Isn't there? And it feels like no matter where we turn, there's gonna be some level of treachery afoot, with some women in our ranks wanting us to decide if we're with or against them in their little crusade against the old guard. And honestly, I think that's a load of crap. As a woman of the new guard, I know for a fact that the women at the top have paved the way for us, and it's sickening to me that I would even be considered being put in the same camp as they are, because their mindset is a toxic as hell one to have, and that's facts. So, at Arise, I want to make this clear. I'm gunning after that psychopathic girl and beating her down for that top prize of being #1 contender. For me and me alone. Not for some new type or anything like that, but because I am the best damn woman for the job. That's that. And if anybody wants to try and recruit me for their cause when I win that little match, well, they better think twice, 'cause this rebel doesn't shoot blanks and doesn't miss.
Show me that you really want it. Stand me up.
And with some choice words from the person who will be facing off against Rena Ryugu at Arise for that #1 contendership. We are back here tonight at Lioness Live number 6, where it is now time for your main event of the evening.
Main evento.
That is correct. And as you can see right here and now, it's tag team action as two teams that have had a pretty shared history with each other. And speaking of the person who will be facing off against Ash for that #1 contendership for the Lioness title, Rena Ryugu standing at the back of the Sonozaki sisters, who in their own right will have a shot at a huge opportunity in their own rights, as they will be part of Lioness Tag Team Turmoil to decide who will be facing off against the Jet Set Grinders at the next Lioness Live Presents event. But the kicker for this is that new type members Holly Summers and Mia Aruba are entering first in that match as a bit of punishment for what happened a few episodes ago when they beat down on Chie Sananaka and Rena Ryugu. So this is coming a little bit full circle tonight for the Sonozaki sisters to get revenge on the two that essentially laid out their friend in Rena Ryugu. But they're going to have some stiff competition right here tonight, because they're facing off against probably one of the best teams in Lioness Live, in the Lioness division as a whole, and a woman who's going to have her hands full at Arise. Current Lioness champion Chloe Price, her partner Max Caulfield. They are the Arcadia Bay Ass Kickers.
God damn it.
Yes?
Nothing. Nothing. You know damn well what it is.
Oh,
by proxy, I have to root for the Sonozaki twins.
Oh, you don't like these two?
Max is cool.
Oh god, you're in Zahaya's boat. You really aren't a fan of Chloe Price, are you?
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Dai. I am so sorry, but I'm also not sorry, because, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? She's gonna be defending the belt against Asuka. Not Asuka Langley, sorry, mind you, but the Fudabaki Ninja Asuka at Arise. But we could be seeing.
Sorry for Chloe.
I mean, in a way, it's probably a big encounter for Asuka in a way, because it'll be her first shot at the Lioness title in quite some time. But here it goes. This is your main event for Lioness Live number 6. It is a tag team matchup between the Sonozaki sisters and the Arcadia Bay Ass Kickers. And my god, already from the word go, Shion Sonozaki and Chloe Price going after each other from the word go here tonight. And you have to admit, and I will say this right now, you may not be a fan of her, but Chloe Price does have a lot in order to essentially bring to the table and having to prove. Much like we saw with Clem in the last match, this could be a very telling match for her encounter against Asuka as she defends the belt at Arise.
Look, character-wise, I'm not a fan of Chloe. I can't. Oh, as you see a crossbody, I will not deny her accomplishments in virtual wrestling. I will not deny her accomplishments in ACL. I will not deny the talent that she possesses.
Yeah, but there seems to be you just having that huge area where it's just like, but
the Sonozaki team are gonna whoop their asses. I mean, that's it. You know?
I mean, these two, the Sonozaki sisters definitely have had a pretty shared history. Shion Sonozaki, a former Lioness champion in her own right back in the first season of the All-Star Call League. And the Sonozaki sisters themselves were actually former Lioness tag team champions. So this is a very decorated matchup we have here for the Lioness division's tag team scene as a whole. And yeah, that double back body drop. And now Max just taking it right there to Sheeran now. And this is the thing in regards to Max. We haven't really seen her much of this season so far, but that's not to say that she hasn't had a lot to really prove in regards to that, because tonight would definitely be a huge encounter for Max Caulfield, and that's saying a lot given her pedigree in the last few years. And
look, we haven't seen a lot of her this season. If she keeps getting dunked on her head like that, we're not going to see much of her for the remainder of the season.
And I mean, you're not wrong. You are not wrong, Lady Di. But let me just say in regards to that, Max definitely has had a lot to prove over the last few years, and that's me being blunt about it.
That's fair. Max. Oh! DDT to Shion.
DDT right there to Shion Sozaki. And right here and now, ladies and gentlemen, this could be big. As Max is taking full advantage back into the matchup at this point. And now, Impaler DDT just like that right there onto Shion, and one. Only getting a one as Mio breaks up the counter.
Death drop from oh Jesus Christ.
Making sure that Beard is out of the way.
Come on, we're not going to talk about the fact that Max, who is the shortest one in the room, thanks Serena, just gave a huge ass boot to Shion.
Not really, no.
Like, holy shit. Oh. And here we go.
And here come those stomps.
Arcadia Bay. We got the stampede.
Just those stomps stampeding right into her, ladies and gentlemen. And it's just keeping on going. Now Chloe Price right back into her ring. We're back right where we started at in this match.
Wait a minute.
And Shion trying to mount that comeback right there, but it might not be the best idea to do it literally right in her corner. And especially when she's still pretty not all that weakened, if we're being honest. The double and making the tag to Beard finally, and the double team right there, the overcastle right there to the soccer ball kick right to the back. And Price is still distracted by Shion that she doesn't even realize that Beard is going right for the assault onto her. And I mean, I'm being blunt when I say this here. Chloe definitely needs to have to try and find some way to mount that counterattack now, because Mion is pretty fresh.
Yeah, I can see a nice jumping DDT from Mion.
Single leaping DDT just like that.
Oh.
And oh, wait a minute. Double teaming down on... right onto Max Caulfield. I mean, god damn. The ref might want to get out the way. And oh no. Ow! Shion right back into the mix, but that may be a bad idea. Chloe getting right back into it, and oh, she bad. She bad. And just going right back onto those legs right there. Definitely a sound strategy given the fact that Shion's legs are deadly in order to take down her opponents, and just like that, going right back for it again. And jumping right back onto the chest, kicking her right in her place.
No, gets blocked. We see a clothesline from Shion. I'm wondering, of the two, who's the more ruthless?
I would definitely say Shion. She has, I mean, definitely given the history between the two sisters, Shion is definitely the more vicious one. She is literally... I mean, in one timeline, where in the series that these two came from, she literally tortured her sister and her friends. One to death, essentially.
Yeah, she manipulated another one to kill themselves.
Yeah. So, I don't think
it was Rena's friend that she manipulated too.
Yeah, so, let's be clear. Sheard definitely is the more vicious of the two, and this is just being blunt about it. Oh, Jesus!
Trying to punk out Leon and Rena.
Trying to punk them out in one way, but also in another, essentially trying to say this could happen to you at any time.
Excuse me.
And here we go. Rachel's revenge. Just like that with Rachel's revenge, going for it. 1. Oh, Mio breaking up the pin at 1. And just so incensed by that, she went right for the crossbody. Immediately, not even giving Max time to get out of there.
That's something that should be thought about is if Chloe's gonna go,
going right for it again.
If Chloe's gonna go careless, imagine what she could do in the title match. Let's see the wheel kick from Max.
I mean, this is true. This is absolutely true.
Chloe was almost willing to take Max out just to get after the woman cheat. And that is a concern.
And oh my god, Max going. Cloverleaf right there by Max Caulfield. Just going right there, just weakening down those legs. Once again, weakening down those legs, like we mentioned before.
Nice wheel kick once again from Max. You can definitely tell who's the more calculated between Max and Chloe. Chloe acts on emotion while Max tries to plan the stuff out. Oof.
I mean, you're not wrong. You are certainly not wrong in regards to that, but Max could be about to go right for the strike just like that. Oh, time twister denied and a knee right to the face for good measure. And a spike.
Nice.
Spike that DDT right onto the back. And just before, and oh! A spear right into the corner. Denied right into another DDT. Just going right into counter after counter after counter between these two. But wait a minute, what on earth?
Oh, no. Oh, I thought the worst.
Wait a minute, but no, what the hell was Beard thinking there? What was Beard really thinking there?
I don't know.
Well, whatever it was. Ow! Punishment game just like that. And Sheeran is coming back in, and the double team right there by both of the Sonozaki sisters right there onto Max. It really does say it all, and now making sure that she just taunting at Max at this point. It really does speak volumes as to what the heck's going on at this point.
It really does. They're taking full advantage of the situation. They're more cerebral in a sense, the Sonozaki twins.
I mean, Jesus, right there with that super kick, just with that superplex, right from the ropes on the outside, right into the inside. And just rebounding her off the ropes, have it, no! Elbow combo denied it, and wave it, no! Right there to yet another impaler. And the counters just keep on coming in this match if we're being blunt about this. And now setting her right back up into the corner, but Max fighting out of it at every given opportunity. And a forearm strike. And the tag made to Sheeran now.
You can just see Max desperately trying to crawl over to get Chloe to tag her in.
Exactly. But the Sonorazakis know exactly what Max is trying to do here, and they're keeping her isolated in their own corner.
They're trying. Oh, takes an air 5 of Max's. This is actually real smart. This is a real smart strategy from the Sonorazaki to try to keep Max in the corner of their own.
But the tide could be about to change here. Here it comes. And now going right for the pin. Meard's out. 1, 2, 3. Out of nowhere. Just finally, I can definitely see now why they were so desperate to ensure that Max did not make the tag. But for all it's worth, just one of those Shaka Bras. I mean, it's not like Shio did take the brunt of the damage. I mean, damn this match. And just like that, the Arcadia Bay Ass Kickers, in quite possibly one of their first tag team matches in ACL in quite some time, managed to get one hell of a victory right here tonight. And this could be big for Chloe going right into a rise. But what on earth is this going to mean for the confidence of the Sonorazaki sisters going into that tag team turmoil match next week?
Yes, it's a good fight.
And I mean, this could realistically be a sign of things to come in regards to both of those matches. We could be seeing repeats from both sides of it just like that. But my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, this is one hell of a way to end off the Go Home shows. A lot to arise here, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, given what we have in store for that...
Oh, wait, what?
And we heard from her earlier tonight. We heard from her just before our last commercial break. And Ash is making good to make that impact right there tonight on Rena Ryugu. But Rena's having none of it right here tonight. Ow! Raking her eyes and stomping her down just like that. And Ash going right for it again. And Ash just going right for the combos and just trying to get an assault in on Rena Ryugu before their match should arise next week.
Oh!
Going for those blows right to Rena. And wait a minute, setting it up on the outside right here and now. Venom shot right there onto the outside. And I mean, Ash, she did say that no matter what happened at Arise, she wasn't going and oh my god. She wasn't going to be fighting for anybody in the new type. She's going to be doing this all for herself and oh, Jesus! She landed her face first onto the wood. On the wood of that sledgehammer.
I mean, better the wood than the fucking lead.
Exactly. And I mean, this is definitely what... And Ash definitely trying to get that advantage on Rena. Because especially the pedigree between the two, Rena is definitely the more credible threat if we are being honest with ourselves. And oh no, we're not done. We are not done. Because guess who? Oh! Looks like somebody decided also not to wait until next week to get her shots in. Because Asuka, the Futamaki Ninja, is wanting to get a piece of Chloe Price right here tonight. And it looks as though Chloe is going to be going all in here tonight. Even after a brutal match against the Sonorazaki, she's going to fly! Oh! Asuka sees that as the oldest trick in the book. And right here tonight, Asuka taking no prisoners with a sliced bread number 2 right to the right on the outside.
The obligatory thin padding comment is implied. As we see Asuka scale to the top.
Going up top. And going... Ow! Side kicking just like that.
I hope she barely missed the steps, because if she didn't, that would have hurt like a son of a bitch.
Definitely.
A moonstomp.
The secret ninja art moonstomp from the top right to the outside onto Chloe Price.
Then turning.
And I mean, these two are giving it their all, and it's not even the title match that they're going all in for. This is what we are to expect from the two of them next week at Arise. And they're giving us a bit of a preview of that right here and now for good measure. And I mean, Asuka showing Chloe that even though she hasn't been in title contention for quite some time, she ain't gonna be no pushover come Arise. And and going back for it again.
DDT to fall asleep.
Snap DDT just like that. But Asuka keeps on getting up and again with that sliced bread. And Asuka, is she really thinking of going for it for a second time? She's going up top one more time. She could be going for it again! A second time! Ladies and gentlemen, Asuka is showing that she is ready for Chloe Price at Arise. But will we see this happen in a week from now?